So I come home and I find that my mother, who was 52 years of age, is dead. She's died of an epileptic fit. And so my brothers and sisters and I were desperate at that point in our lives. We were absolutely so upset, as any of you that have been through something like that can imagine. It's awful. And I feel for anyone that ever goes through it. And we needed a big why. And so at her funeral, we got up in front of 200 odd people and we said, we don't know what, we don't know when, we don't even know how, we just know why. And the why for us is one day we're going to set up a foundation that's dedicated to our mother, a legacy to all the things she taught us: love, optimism, confidence, seeing beauty in the life. We're going to create an organisation that helps kids like we were. But actually what we try and do is get into the mindset of them and help them realise, actually, you can truly do this. And the wonderful thing is, if you believe in someone more than they believe in themselves, they will do it. It's incredible.
Just listening to what people have been saying, you can actually hear that it's actually transforming people's lives. They're realising that they can relate to people better. The big revelation the MOE course gives people is that even people who think they listen well are realising that they don't. And the ability to listen well just dramatically improves relationships. I mean, that's my experience in coaching anyway. So it's very exciting, and we've seen people from SSD who've been long-term unemployed get into jobs, and yeah, lots of exciting stuff.
A lot of the people kind of thought, especially with the work I did with the job centre, that it was about helping them just get a job, but it wasn't. It's sometimes they may not get a job straight away, but they perceive life differently. They want to make changes in a different way, and actually from the social security perspective also, lesser costs. It may not be directly employed and earning money, but there's less need to keep working with them so intensely, etc. Because it wasn't only the job centre, it was also the work rehabilitation offices, so which is a different part of the job seekers.
The young people then become the trainers. So they don't only learn the skills, they actually become trainers, which then helps them get jobs. Yeah, it helps them do other things that are really, really useful and powerful.
I was kind of beating around the bush as what I wanted to do. I want to stay here and get qualified. I want to stay here and learn more stuff. And it got to the point where I realised that the X factor was that I want to go away, help people, do relief work. And kind of at that moment, like my whole body shifted, like kind of all the energy in the room just changed, you know. I was crying, like happy tears. It was amazing. You can't really compare to it. I kind of wish everyone could see it, if you get what I mean. It's just like I came out of the MOE course a different person. I came out of that coaching session a different person. My life direction has been the biggest change for me from doing the MOE course. I kind of felt I was kind of beating around the bush with it. Like I knew deep down what I wanted to do, but I was putting stuff on top of it to postpone it. It was the fear. It was definitely the fear of taking that big step, but going through the MOE course, it eliminates the fear, because you go in and you're open-minded, you're vulnerable, you address everything like internally, and that by addressing everything internally, what I want to do, my life direction. I mean, now I've decided that I'm going in April. I mean, before the MOE course, I probably would have been here another 5 years, still working in trust admin, but in 5 years' time, who knows, I might be coming back and, well, what I want to do is change people's lives.
I think I realise what a bad listening parent I am, because I'm thinking about the next activity, the next thing, and you feel like you're constantly saying, hurry up, get your coat on, get your shoes on, get out of the door, get in the car, go to school, come back, do this, do that. And you realise that they're saying, Mummy, listen to me. And you realise that you're not actually listening because your mind is elsewhere. And I think it just teaches you that kind of pause moment, and to think, actually, if it's so great for me to be listened to so unusually on the MOE course, then how great will that make my children feel, or my clients feel? And so it really makes you just stop and have that pause moment, really.
I want people who work for Guernsey Water to lead fulfilling lives, and they spend most of their time at work here with us. And coaching could really help them to do that, I think, because it gives you time and space to really think about some of the professional challenges that you've got and how you can overcome them yourself. So it really could empower people to solve problems for themselves and get a lot more from that. I think that's a lot more fulfilling for people.
Well, the impact it's had on the community is not only the courses that have led and created a whole load of new MOE coaches going through, but that message, it's a group with one message they can share together, and it's helping. So as it grows, it just has this effect of affecting all parts of society. I've now come across people from every profession, from teachers to medical professionals to business people to unemployed, and it's equal for all, and it helps everyone through.
I found that commitment was well worth it, and I learnt a huge amount actually from going on that course. A huge amount about the power of listening, and also a huge amount about the value of giving people the time and space to think their way through a problem for themselves.
Yes, I think I always had the idea that a coach was somebody that would come along and tell you what to do, a bit like a football coach or something. I had that in my mind, but I realised on the MOE course that actually a coach is not someone that is going to tell you what to do. They're just going to help you to find that space to find the answers. So the assumption is that everyone is creative, whole and resourceful. That's the MOE kind of philosophy, and that they will always find the answers in themselves. And it's just enabling people to kind of tap into that. And that was really revelatory for me, because I realised you don't have to have a piece of paper, you don't have to have an online course, you don't have to have any degrees, you just have to be open to that and embracing of that. And that was really revelatory for me, because I think seem to suffer from imposter syndrome, that you never feel good enough, you never feel qualified enough, but actually the MOE course just really completely turns that on its head.
MOE's for everyone. MOE's for every single person, no matter if you're 14 years old or 80 years old. There's no guideline of who MOE's for. It's a shoe that fits everyone. It's something that everyone can benefit from. It's something that, if I was to leave the world right this second and I could leave with one last thought, is everyone on this island to do the MOE Foundation course.
You've got to get a very clear why, you've got to get very clear what and how, but just start doing it. Yeah? Have a big dream and go for it. Don't let your fears, don't let your limitations stop you. And please, what I encourage you all to do is please make a difference in a moment, because it does make a fundamental difference. It helps people, and you equally get to feel really good about it as well. And I'm sorry I've rushed slightly there, but I'm on 7 seconds. I'm going to leave you with a quote that I love about my mum. She had dark humour. Here's one of her famous quotes. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a real pleasure.